Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. We are currently go for launch again on the Starship for SpaceX. We have a little bit of fog this morning, which makes it a little bit more difficult to see. We're about 40 minutes away from the opening of the launch window and the estimated T0 time for SpaceX. Of note, the SpaceX feed, which starts 45 minutes before launch, has not started yet. It was scheduled for 8:45. We still do not have it, but that's not the end of the world. So yeah, we are. Sorry, I'm just watching. So they took it very seriously. 420, they are blazing up, and that's why it's so foggy. That's what I hear. So we're going to hang out for a little bit here. We're going to watch some of this and wait for SpaceX's to come up. I'll do some talking, that kind of stuff. So let's say hi to everybody, see where we're at. It's easy. He's quoting lyrics. Fantastic. He might have hit 420 celebration early. We have the lovely Impish. Hello, Impish. And I should pin that link, probably. Let me see. There's that one. Let's pin the link. Yes, please hit that like, hit that subscribe if you're not subscribed or new to the channel. What's up, Zero? Aw, that's so nice, Bry. What's up, buddy? Hey, Kaiser. Isabel, good to see you this morning. Stevie, what's up? What's up, Jason? Greedy Bloke, joining from the UK. Lady Autumn Sky, good morning. What's up, Fast? What's up, Shizzy? Jiminy? We're very hopeful. Again, it's a test program, so we never know 100%, but we're the rings here, so that's a good sign. But we won't know for another 45 minutes or so. Jason, what's up, buddy? Good morning, Mimi. Hope you're feeling better. What's up, Tazzer? So yeah, we're just getting into it. Everything I've heard from the countdown and mission control has been great this morning. We've already began. Well, actually, I should share this. So flight director conducted a go poll. It was go, obviously. Then we started locks at about 139, which is liquid oxygen. Also at 139, they started loading the fuel, which is liquid methane, or CH4. And then we progress into loading the actual Starship, the top portion, with liquid methane, and then locks 5 minutes later. The next thing we're looking for is Raptor engine chill. So At about 16 minutes, we should see Raptor engine chill. Now that's where we got stuck last time. They decided to hold and scrub prior to that engine chill. So if we see that engine chill, that is a great sign. So that's what we're hopeful for. We'll start seeing more puffs of smoke, more puffy things. So yes, and then the last one, excitement guaranteed. Fluid interfaces begin vent down sequence. Then we'll know for sure we're going at 8 seconds. We'll see Raptor startup sequence, and then I will probably mute because I will be a very excited person. Let's check into
the people still going into the park. So yes, they are. It's definitely still
cool.
very crowded, and they're.
So they're talking about Isla Blanca Park down in Boca. Hey, what's up, Beers? I hate to disappoint you, buddy, but that's not happening. All right, let's see. Oh, that's a cool view. Orange sky. Sorry, I'm watching the puppy. I know he's got to pee and he won't. So I'm getting ready to run him. So if I go silent for 5 seconds, then that's why. All right. SpaceX feed has just begun, which is another good sign. So we'll watch them for a minute. So from SpaceX, that gives us about
Good morning.
-33.
On your screen is a live view of Starship as it awaits its second attempt at our first ever integrated flight test from Starbase, Texas. If all goes well, we hope to see our Starship spacecraft and Super Heavy booster, which we collectively call Starship, lift off together for the first time in exactly 33 minutes from now. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Kate Tice, Quality Systems Engineering Manager here at SpaceX headquarters in Hawthorne, California.
And I'm Shiva Bharadwaj, a Space Operations Engineer here at SpaceX. Now, if you've been following along, you'll know that we stood down from our initial launch attempt on Monday, and that was due to a frozen pressurization valve on the Super Heavy booster.
SpaceX teams investigated the issue and determined that this valve had some moisture in it, which caused the valve to freeze up when we were loading super chilled liquid oxygen into the booster.
Now, these valves are super important because we actually need a pressurant to go back into the tank as we consume propellant, and we actually use a pressurant that comes from the Raptor engines. It's heated down there and then put back in the tank. And so a frozen valve there would be a problem during the launch.
Yeah, and that's important. You can think of it like drinking out of a thin plastic water bottle. If you're chugging that water, it crinkles if you don't let air back into it. So we use that hot exhaust gas from the Raptor engines to refill that consumed volume as propellant is depleted.
Yeah.
So
starting to see
it was
an engine
great find by the countdown, and that's why we have a countdown is to allow us to find those issues prior to liftoff. So all of that being said, our teams learned a lot over the last 48 hours, and we are ready to give it another go. As many of you know, Starship is the latest and largest vehicle developed to date by SpaceX. It will be the world's most powerful launch vehicle once fully developed and have twice the thrust of the Saturn V rocket.
She's not bad.
But
She's not as bad as the one they had on the other
Starship
day.
is that it will be fully reusable and capable of carrying up to 150 metric tons of payload to orbit in a reusable configuration, and
all the way
up to 250 metric tons when expendable.
Now, for context, Falcon 9 is only partially reusable. We recovered the largest part of the rocket, that's called the first stage, but we don't recover the second stage.
Engineering field.
And Falcon 9's heaviest payload to date is just over 17 metric tons. So 150 to 250 metric tons on Starship is an order of magnitude greater in terms of the payload capacity. Now, for today's test, we will be the first of many as we work towards transitioning Starship from a developmental into an operational program. And the primary objective today is to gather as much data as we can around the...
All right. You know, we did ask a couple times. And again, are you talking to me? Oh. All right, let's go back to the other side, see what they're doing over here. We have a really foggy morning. Appears I wouldn't take her out of bed if we eating crackers. Well, I'm not saying that she's not very qualified, but she does fit Elon's taste. Oh, it's so close. I'm getting anxious. I feel like today's going to be a go. Just personally. I just personally feel like today is going to be a go. NSF, this channel has like 180,000 people watching right now. That's insane. It's cool to see people re-engaged and re-interested in the space field and everything surrounding that. Oh shit! I didn't share the other day.
This night so far, but yeah, it could be better. There's still some very yeah, good, like limited views here going on the way to the pad, but it's getting there. I would agree with that wording. It's
I want to believe in the blue skies above us. Like the sun is trying so hard to burn through. We've got that aerostat that's up above us as well, and we can see it every now and then. The clouds sort of part, and we can see it. But Starbase itself is
from how
not
Elon was
a great shot from over here. Now, I imagine whenever Starship takes off, we'll be able to see at least some flames from this side. But we'll see what we get here in just a few minutes.
Yes, the one benefit, though, to that kind of fog cover, honestly, is the fact that you hopefully will get great sound from those 33
there was a question earlier.
So that'll also be exciting to hear.
On their side, is there?
That's like a really bad consolation prize, honestly. I think we all want to see the Starship go today. We can hear it go another time.
It's going to reach an orbital.
Would you rather me gift you a toaster instead as a consolation prize?
Insertion point.
That would be even worse. So let's not give any toasters, please, Sawyer.
Orbit.
Deal. All right. Let's see as we are continuing along here. Here's actually an interesting question of asking who is on site right now. Das, who's with you right now at the moment on site?
And when you think about,
well, I've got Michael sitting right next to me. We got two tracking bots using Michael's software here, and then Adrian's right behind me, and we have a whole slew of people. Oh, there's my mom. Hi, Mom. My wife is here as well. I don't think that's what you were asking, but that's who's here right now.
So the proper
fantastic.
Speed
yes, hello to Das's mom there as well.
Yeah, she's here.
Things
hey, Mom, you want to say hi to like a lot of people?
So it stays up and doesn't.
So you got to talk to the mic. Hi, a lot
Bobby.
of people.
It's been a minute, buddy.
That's my mom, y'all.
Hope you're doing well.
There you go. You can see the frost continuing to rise up both the booster and, as you can see right there, up the ship as well. Reminder, those are being filled with liquid methane and liquid oxygen. And those are likely expected to continue filling, according to our timeline, till about T-minus 5 minutes. Because we, again, are talking about 4,600 tons worth of propellants that need to be loaded into this whole vehicle to get it up to that full fuel load. Which still blows my mind occasionally. Let's see. Any other questions that we've got coming in here?
Yeah, this channel started as just a wholesome group of guys that were really interested in
here from Vivid Knight saying, will SpaceX dive underwater at the expected landing spot to learn
to be in the right
the
spot.
craft remains?
So they kept that
what's
wholesome
basically the plan here post splashdown for both of these vehicles? Adrian?
And I enjoy
the plan is there's no plan. There's, since both of them will not probably, the plan is for them both.
Oh, I can. They're not saying anything much. But yeah, we're getting closer. 24 minutes. Actually, I'm gonna run pop out real quick. Oh, that's so pretty. Look at that. Look at that.
Later of actually a wiggle test that we perform ahead of liftoff, just to make sure that all of those engines are able to control their full range of control authority.
One thing to note, those Raptor engines are completely designed and manufactured in-house. They are, as many of you know that have been following along, they are a reusable methane oxygen staged combustion type engine. So it's a lot of words there. And ultimately, that staged combustion means that we combust the propellant in stages. We kind of pre-combust them in a pre-burner. And by doing so, it allows the engine to be more efficient, i.e. more powerful.
Yeah. Now, like Falcon 9, the Super Heavy has 4 grid fins to assist with orienting itself in its return back to Earth. We got a shot of them there beneath the Starship's aft flaps. Now, as we talked about earlier, Super Heavy is not going to be attempting a land landing today. But with this flight test, we're still trying to get as much data as we can. We're focusing on the fundamental systems and operations, so that's the liftoff portion. But we are going to try to get some data on how the fins work for that water landing that Super Heavy is going to be making after ascent.
I love that great view of the fins there. Now, Starship, or the spacecraft, is the second stage, and it makes up the top portion of the vehicle. It's designed for carrying passengers and cargo to Earth orbit and beyond. It stands about 50 meters tall, which is a little taller than the Statue of Liberty. It's comprised of 6 Raptor engines, 3 sea level and 3 vacuum engines, which are optimized to operate in the vacuum of space. And they provide a maximum of 258,000 tons of thrust in vacuum. Spacecraft is also outfitted with 4 flaps to help aerodynamically control the vehicle's attitude, which you can see those 2 forward flaps there on your screen now. So they help control the vehicle's attitude during atmospheric flight and enable precise landing at the intended location. Now, one thing we got to mention, the heat shields. They are iconic. Starship is wrapped in a heat shield, which is composed of 18,000 hexagonal ceramic tiles designed to insulate the vehicle during that atmospheric entry. And that's really important because the temperatures can be as high as 2,600 degrees Fahrenheit. The hex-shaped tiles, like the ones that Shiva and I have, roughly make up about 2/3 of the vehicle. We can see that we have some different shapes. Mine is slightly curved. As you can imagine, it sits on the curved portions of the Starship vehicle.
Now, the one that I've got is a hexagonal tile that's more flat, and it's really used for the flatter structures on the vehicle. And we need a heat shield because when you're coming back in from re-entry, we're going supersonic, we're compressing all the air ahead of us. That ends up causing a lot of heating along the surface, and without a heat shield, that would go straight into the structure.
Yeah, one thing that's amazing to me, especially when I first picked up one of these heat shield tiles, is that they're so light. They almost feel like they're made out of foam. They're that light, and they kind of sound like it too. And one thing that we do want to mention, in order to reject the maximum amount of heat during that entry, like Shiva was just saying, they're black, and that's because black helps reject that heat that is building up on the exterior of the heat shield.
Now, Starship is designed for vertical takeoff and landing as opposed to taking off and landing like an airplane. And that's because that's really important because we don't have runways on the moon or Mars. Fortunately, at those destinations, the gravity is not as high as it is here on Earth. On Mars, the gravity is just 1/3 of what it is here on Earth, and on the moon, it's just 1/6. So in both of those cases, Starship, with just its engines, can take off without needing the super heavy booster like we do need here on planet Earth.
Now, for today's test, Starship does not have its landing legs attached because, like we said before, it won't be returning anywhere. Starship is expected to make a very hard ocean landing, which, if we even make it that far and manage to get any views, it will certainly make for a very exciting end to today's test. At this point in time, we are 20 minutes or just over 20 minutes from liftoff. Let's check in with John Innsbrucker for a status update. Hey, John, how's it looking?
Thanks, Kate. I'm John Innsbrucker, Principal Integration Engineer here at SpaceX. We're currently loading propellant from the ground system into both the first and second stages. Now, both vehicles use the same two propellants. That commonality helps build the reliability. And the fuel today is liquid methane. And that's at a temperature of just over 100 kelvins. That's about minus 272 degrees below zero on the Fahrenheit scale.
Minus 272. So we're seeing we're almost fully fueled there. Takes a while to put that much fuel in a big rocket. And yes, they are not going to land this one. It is going to belly flop into the ocean, which would be magnificent on its own, in the direction of Hawaii. Somewhere around Hawaii. What's up, AP? Sorry. Well, I think his is curved. I don't think his is straight. Let's just say that. Why don't they fill her up the night before? Because the fuels need to be cryogenic. And in Texas, they would boil off. So they have to fuel it and immediately go. That's why they're so short of launch windows. And it needs to be very quickly launched right after it's filled. Because of the cryogenic nature of it, it would boil up and overpressurize. So, and no stupid questions, like ask away.
Now, in order to make life multiplanetary, we need a fully reusable vehicle that's capable of carrying a huge amount of carbon.
Yeah, so like they were saying, it's almost, it's around negative 272 Fahrenheit. So very, very cold. And part of the reason that it... Shut up, Bobby. Once it gets to space, space is very, very cold. And it's able to retain that a little bit more. So that's an animation of what it's gonna do. Essentially, it's gonna come back to Earth, land. This one is not going to do that. It is going to part the large booster portion. It's gonna dump into the ocean, Gulf of Mexico. And the other portion is going to dump by Hawaii. This is their proposed plan for the next gen Starlink or satellites. I'm really looking for that engine vent. Yes, please, because I'm watching a little bit of everything. So that is Starhopper. That's the first iteration. If you watch the last launch attempt, we could see that they were using Starhopper. There it is. Never mind. They got it. Thank you, SpaceX. Yeah, the 3D animations are really good now. Essentially, Gilman, it's a Pez dispenser. I guess we can listen to this. 2:16.
A test flight of the vehicle known as serial number 8 or SN8. You can see it there on your screen now.
I don't see
In December 2020, SN8 demonstrated a first of its kind controlled aerodynamic descent and landing flip maneuver.
Tell me if we're
Two
there.
words, belly flop. The SN8 prototype rose through an altitude of 12.5 kilometers or 7.8 miles and conducted a belly flop maneuver, which you see there, during its descent. While it didn't stick the landing, the test was a major milestone in the development of Starship. In fact, we should be able to see that unfortunately failed landing. Boom. It was fun to watch, though.
Rapid unscheduled disassembly, but learned a lot of data. Now, the testing continued on to prototype serial number 9.
Well, I wasn't listening to this guy before.
Flight. He is 6.2 miles up.
Gay.
In February of 2021. We had a nominal ascent. We executed the engine cutoff once we got to the top of the altitude window. We did that belly.
We've seen engines move around. Those are called thrust vectoring control. So, or TVC. They obviously have to be able to do things like the flip maneuvers. And SpaceX is very dynamic in the way that they land. So, boom. SpaceX is very dynamic in the way that they land, so they need that ability to keep stability. So that's one of the things that we've seen with things like SLS, NASA's new moon rocket. They have a more robust thrust vectoring control. But yeah, those engines are moving around. Yeah. Well, there's some stuff that's worth listening to, but other stuff is I'm still not seeing engine chill on the other feed. Let's see if they're talking about it.
Roadside Rocket Science, Texas Tank Watching.
Yeah, they're just selling themselves. That's fine. So we should start seeing engine chills. So we should see that puffy stuff coming out of the bottom of the rocket there. Yeah, I'm surprised that I think that they've done more. I want a full stack plushie. Oh, I like that patch too. Damn, I'm gonna go spend money. Meaning, how much each failed rocket cost Daddy? A couple mil or more? I don't actually know what the price of the Starship program. I mean, he doesn't really break it down by rocket, and this one, for example, so it all goes into the development of the test program, and he's not very forthcoming on that, which is reasonable. But a few mil. So probably in the, I would guess probably in the 20-25 million range. But like I said, the flight plan on this is designed to destroy this rocket, so it's not something that he would be overly upset if there was a rapid unscheduled disassembly. Hey Megan, good morning from Florida. Good morning from Michigan. So he's not as concerned with the cost of a single rocket. He's more, yeah. The problem again is the cryo nature of it. I think one of our biggest developmental progressions will be if we ever get away from cryogenic oxidizers, because we have fuels that are, oh, that's not good. Okay, it stopped. Looked like a deep press vent. At first. What the hell was I saying? So if we can find a stable oxidizer that can be room temperature, because we have fuels like RP1 that can be loaded prior to, or some of our solid fuels can be loaded prior to, obviously, like we see again on the Artemis project. We see solid rocket boosters that are made months in advance. So Elon is more concerned about data than money. Yeah. And Elon's a big fan of failing. He says we learn more from failing than we do from success. And I tend to agree with that. So I think the biggest thing, yeah, I don't think Musk cares about it at all. The financial cost. So I think one of the things that is neat to think about is how we get rockets off the ground without chemical propellant. I know a good company that's working on that. Maybe I'll do something with them eventually. But dilithium crystals on plasma cores. Okay. There's some nuclear engines in development. Nuclear. So, West Taiwan actually does. They already ripped off Starship. They're trying to develop it, and it's going poorly. The problem with nuclear rockets is getting the go-ahead for launch, because obviously if a nuclear rocket blows up, like many rockets do, then that's bad. If you're spreading radiation all across large areas of the planet, and the orbital tracks. So one of the things that people say, oh, so they convinced me to play Elite Dangerous or Kerbal Space Program. One of the things that we can sorry, I'm watching that bottom bit. So I think it can be absolutely said that we're not on time for 8:28. We're not 7 minutes out because I'm still not seeing that engine vent. Let's see what SpaceX has to say. Oh, everybody's watching. Everybody's watching. That's I think that's hella ambitious, honestly. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. But anyway, so orbital path. So one of the things that people say is, oh, the weather in Florida is beautiful. Why are they not launching? This is something that I hear in the in the layman side of the industry. And it's one of those things where it's not just the direct area, it's the upper level winds, and it always goes on and I say always, but this one's going to buck the trend. This one's actually going to go west. But it generally goes eastward up to, so for example, with a crew launch, with the launch abort system, they have to check winds and weather and ocean conditions all the way to Ireland. So that's one of those things that people don't account for. So yep. I'm just trying to see. All right. So where are we at? 2:05. So we're not going to see anything. We'll see a vent at about 40 seconds, and then Raptor start up at 8 seconds. SpaceX is excited. I guess they're going at 5. So
for today, success is anything that we learn that helps improve the future build.
I guess they're going at 5.
If we lift off and clear the pad, we're calling that a win.
A great shot of the pad there.
Hey,
great
Daisy
shot
girl.
of the quick disconnect on the second stage. You can see
so
the
it looks like
line on
looks
the
like
booster
we're go.
where that methane
They're excited about it.
Is fully topped up. I think we're just coming up on the last few minutes here of.
So we'll go back to them shortly here, but everything looks good. I guess we missed the engine vent, but things happen. Come on, baby. 4 minutes. 4 minutes. We won't see anything until 40 seconds. We'll see a big puff from the vent. $339. That's the view from Boca Chica Beach. It's at T-4. Yep. Hey, simple pleasures. It looks cool, the view against the sunlight type thing. I don't know what that is either. Oh, come on, baby. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. The biggest operational rocket, fully expendable, 250 tons to low Earth orbit. This is the rocket that will take humanity to Mars eventually. It will also be used for the Artemis program, and it will be used in Artemis 3. So NASA has 2 coming up. Artemis 3 will actually land on the moon, the lunar version of Starship. Thank you, Deez. I appreciate it. That's awesome, Pesky. Oh, there we go. We have it. We have a cooldown. Okay, we have an engine vent, so we might be earlier than we thought. I don't know. They have a sequence startup because there's 33 engines on this bad boy. And we have a pineapple sighting.
Hey guys, what's up? I am like so hyped right now.
Me too. But anyways, addressing this real quick. There we go. There's Vector. So their cadence is so ridiculous at this point. It's really hard for me to catch everyone, but I catch every one that I possibly can. For real this time, in 60 seconds. Oh, come on.
Bro, I can like feel my pulse in my freaking neck.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they pump the cryo fuel through the engines to cool them down. You can actually touch the outside of a rocket, and if you could get close enough without dying, you could touch the inside or outside of a rocket engine, and it would be cool. Cool to the touch. That's how efficient the cooling system is.
30 seconds.
Oh, we just got a gasp.
Somebody that they pushed like 10 seconds on the clock again.
Okay, you can see the clock is recycled. Flight director has called a hold. We are recycling. For the moment, we'll see where they move the clock back to. They could hold at T-minus 40 seconds. They could go to an earlier point.
Don't do it.
Give us a minute to listen into the nets, and we'll see if we can get you more information to share.
I need MC. Let me get it. Shit. I was excited we were going the right way.
Seriously, I don't want blue balls again.
It might happen. They muted the public mission control audio. That means that there's a problem. Oh, thank you, Megan. What's up, Dance?
Hey, Dance, what's going on, buddy?
Yeah, they call off launches, so you have all the way to that 8 seconds, and even after the sequence, you can hold at a T-minus 1 second. There was actually a crazy story where to cut the tension there. There was an instance where the Demo 2 mission was called scrubbed at under 10 seconds, which was the first humans on a SpaceX rocket. And that one went to the International Space Station. Oh, is it your birthday, Dance? Happy birthday, buddy.
Oh, sweet, man. Happy birthday.
So they scrubbed Demo 2 at the last possible
John
second.
Innsbrucker again here at the Hawthorne webcast desk. We're holding a T-minus 40 seconds. What we've heard so far is we have a couple of issues we're working. One is the booster tank pressurization. Final pressurization was just a little bit long. That's not unusual. We've held at T-minus 40 seconds before to pressurize. That appears to have been resolved. At the same time on the second stage, they're working some final purging. We should know very shortly if that is cleared and if we'll continue the countdown.
Everyone, especially that person, is excited to keep going. Like John said, we should know shortly.
I'm hearing countdown is going to restart.
But as we mentioned before, we are able to hold up to 15 minutes and still be able to lift off today.
Yeah, on Falcon 9, it's a little bit different. Once we start propellant loading, we pretty much have to go at the...
I'll keep my ear out for it. We'll go over here. So Demo 2 Hang on. So anyways, demo 2 was scrubbed at the last possible second, and I told my wife, I said, why don't we go to Florida? And that was 2020 mid-COVID, and she's like, I don't even think we can get into Florida. And so we hopped in the car, drove overnight, got there the next morning, and witnessed the launch. So we are recycled, and we are going again, starting at 40 in the next minute or 2.
Awesome.
Once we resume the countdown, it restarts from the 40-second period, and then we keep going unless another condition pops up.
So they're gonna
stick around because
restart the countdown at 40 seconds, and we'll go from there. So, should be in the next minute or 2. It should pop up on SpaceX's feed because they know pretty quickly. There we go. 31 seconds. So we should be good.
All right. There we go.
Go SpaceX.
Light them up.
Go Starship.
Doge to the moon.
T-minus 10 seconds. We should start seeing fire at the bottom. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh, yeah, buddy. We're doing it. Here.
Come on, baby.
Send it.
Jump, baby, jump. Oh, look at that.
She's up. Off the pad. Here we go. Go, baby, go.
I'm muting them. I don't want to hear them. Oh, my God. But I do want to hear the rocket.
Yeah. Hit the rocket.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Why? Go, baby, go.
Look at that. Look at that. They have an engine problem. They shut it down. One of the engines was bad.
Wow, the sound from that, unbelievable.
Oh, my God.
We are getting confirmation on that liftoff. As of this very moment, 5 Raptor engines have flamed out. So they are currently running on, that would be 28 engines as we pass through max Q, maximum aerodynamic pressure on the vehicle.
Was still enough to get us up there, right?
Oh, yeah.
Max Q right there.
Okay.
We'll go back there.
Going through the period of maximum aerodynamic
Max
pressure.
Q. And it's holding. Yep, 5. So they lost 5 engines.
Increases. The density of the atmosphere is decreasing.
Max Q.
Lessening stress on the vehicle. The call out. Max Q now.
Get it, baby.
Oh, roll, baby, roll.
First stage as we head
That
downrange.
is an incredible test. Where are we at?
100 seconds into flight.
15 kilometers in
Our
altitude.
next major activity is going to be set down of the first stage. The Houston tracking station now acquiring the vehicle. With shutdown, we will get separation of Starship and Super Heavy and ignition of the Starship engines. When Starship separates,
Come on, baby. Come
we light
on,
up
baby.
6 engines in a staggered sequence. If all goes well, those 6 engines will burn for almost 6.5 minutes. Onboard
Look
view.
at that shot.
Oh, my. Come on, Sep.
Of the Raptor engines.
Come on,
Come
good
on,
Sep.
baby.
As we prepare for stage separation.
Come on, baby.
Come on, good
After
Sep.
stage separation, the first stage will flip and begin a boost back maneuver for landing in the Gulf.
Boy.
Separation. Right? No? Shit. I don't know. I can't see it. Too
Here
excited.
we go. Here we go.
Come on.
Let's do it. Come on,
Continuing
come on,
to fly.
Come on.
2 minutes, 40 seconds. Let's get ready for main engine cutoff.
Ooh, that's.
Uh-oh.
Beginning the flip for stage separation.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
We're still good. We're still good.
Okay.
They have a built-in flip. That's a little corkscrew for me.
Okay. Oh boy. I'm not nervous. Are you nervous?
Looks like are we losing speed?
As of right now, we are awaiting stage separation.
Come on.
Where Starship should separate from the Super Heavy booster.
They need to shut down the engine.
It looks like we saw the start of the flip, but obviously we're seeing from the ground cameras the entire Starship stack continuing to rotate. We should have had separation by now. Obviously, this is does not appear to be a nominal situation.
Yeah, it does appear to be spinning, but I do want to remind everyone that everything after clearing the tower was icing on the cake.
Oh.
There's flame out. Is there set? Oh, no, they blew it up. FTS, so since it's a test program, they have a flight termination system, so they blew up the rocket, essentially. Meaty speak. It's good because it cleared the tower.
Yeah.
So everyone here absolutely pumped.
So the fact, oh, this is bad. Why are they cheering? The fact that it left the launch pad being the most powerful and heaviest rocket to ever take off from Earth is spectacular. Like, it's unbelievably impressive. There's Elon himself.
Yep.
Unbelievably impressive. This was an absolute success.
Yeah. That's great.
It's obviously there's a problem with the flip. I'm not an advocate of their flips, but they have their reasons, and I'm not in that room, so I don't know. Elon never looks happy.
Yeah, the man has kind of has a rock for a face.
Right. So I know, that's what I'm saying, Deez. Not bad. How many did NASA lose blow up? Yeah, exactly. And this is a unbelievably new program. Greedy, and again, it's not one of those things that he really worried about because he was dumping it in the ocean anyways. So
yeah.
Now they've found out a serious flaw with the flip. But yeah, it did what it was supposed to do until it didn't separate or flip, which is not. It looked like an engine shutdown issue to me. I don't know. Again, I'm not in the room. I'm just giving you my best guess based on visuals, and the fact that it slowed down and didn't kill the engines. Now it should have. All the engines should have went out. So that could be a priming. That could be a flow issue, a pressurization issue. There's a lot of things that can go wrong in a rocket launch. So the fact that it didn't shut down and separate was concerning. But I think it was more of the shutdown, because if you're continuing to accelerate with your heavy booster, that little rocket's not going to be able to get out of the way.
Right. That was the thing I was going to mention there is, I mean, just velocity and whatnot concerning. Mm-hmm. If they can't shut that booster down, I mean, to get the separation, then yeah, I mean, if they did separate, then the super heavy was just going to slam right into the rocket, to the Starship. I mean,
right. And then, yeah, they blew it up. Guess they will learn from this. Absolutely. The
very fact that thing lifted off and got as high as it did, and I mean, seemed to be operating normally up until right there at that very end moment. I mean, 10 out of 10.
Yeah. No, I'm ecstatic about this. And guess what this means? We get another test flight.
Hells yeah.
Because Elon probably wouldn't have wasted the time, energy, and money on another test flight had everything went perfect. He will now. He will certainly now.
I think I saw multiple Raptors flaming out because you could.
Yeah, and so that's another issue. We'll watch the tower feed. But those Raptors are completely new engines.
Yeah, it's very, very high tech.
Right. Separation mechanisms failed. Yeah, I think there was multiple failures. I think the mechanism, but I also think that the engines not shutting down or spooling down was a major issue, because again, if you're continuing to accelerate, the Starship's not going to be able to get away from Super Heavy, because Super Heavy is just going to push it along. So yeah, I think they did a great job today. I think that there's more to come, and I'm excited. I think it was fantastic. They obviously have a firing engine problem. We had 28 of 33, which is still enough to get us there.
Mm-hmm.
However, you could see with the ring of engines, and the ring of engines could have been an issue. It could have been a relay issue with that many engines, where they couldn't get an interrupted throttle, so they couldn't bring the throttle down. So, yes, I did, Impish. I did.
Hey, Flux.
Hey, what's up, Flux? So, very exciting test. Very successful test. The flight termination system worked. We can also be excited about that. I blame Kaiser because he said this is bad, and I'm like, no, fucking, they're gonna get, they're gonna roll it. Like,
I'd never seen. Okay, I knew about like the one flip, but then it kind of looked like they were like a bottle rocket, like with a bad engine on it, like flipping around in the air. I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck's going on there?
No, they definitely corkscrewed, and absolutely, Jacob, it was a success. It lifted off the pad. It did not separate correctly, and they did engage the flight termination system, which is a fancy word for saying they blew it up. You'll never hear the SpaceX team say this is bad. No.
No. I'm totally a layman in this situation, so I as far as I'm concerned, rocket go up. When rocket do thing other than go up, bad. we just dumb that down to the proper level for you.
Yeah. Those hold downs are impressive. Well, you're talking about an immense amount of thrust. So, yeah. Did they blow it up for safety reasons? Yes. So part of the flight profile that they filed with the FAA was flight termination system if it deviated off course. So the death spiral, we'll call it, the corkscrew that it fell into. Yeah, that was dangerous, and could have easily went off course and been a significant risk to safety. We're talking, this was over probably New Mexico when they hit the FTS. I didn't look at the flight profile. It obviously wasn't on track with that much spinning. I would imagine that it was either way into the Pacific or it was in the New Mexico direction, because I believe that's the way they were going. But yeah, it's a safety mechanism for a test flight. So
need to find out where need to find out where that debris is going to come down, and if there's any over land. Might need to see if anybody's in the area. Put a little bit of a, hey, if you happen to come across something, let me know.
Yeah, if you find if you're in North Texas or New Mexico, that kind of area, and you send me a piece of Starship, we'll be best friends for life. So,
and could you grab a second one for me too?
Screw Kaiser. Let's watch it again.
Come on.
From Starbase Texas.
So that's when they got the recycle. Yeah, D's. I mean, we're talking about a huge vehicle, and to see it spinning like that is concerning. So let's watch it again. Oh, it's so huge. This is a massive rocket on any scale.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
There she blows.
Yeah, Jude, you missed it the first time. We're gonna rewatch because it was beautiful. Look at that bat. Oh,
there she goes.
I mean, the stability in that rocket. You saw little deviation, but I think that's because it was overcorrecting for the engines that it lost. But the stability in a building that big, or a rocket that big, but it's a damn building.
Starship vehicle, tower clear to end a pitch over. Propulsion reports first stage engines nominal.
Wow, I did not catch the flame out there the first time. There was one that actually looked like it had some fragmentation.
That's what yeah, that's the one that I said, oh, there's a flame out, there's an engine issue. So.
We're throttled down and throttled back up.
Oh, look at that beautiful bastard go.
Going through the period of maximum aerodynamic pressure. As the velocity increases, the density of the atmosphere is decreasing, lessening stress on the vehicle. The call out next to now. Continuing to watch the first stage as we head down range.
So beautiful. You are watching a 40-story building go up
100
in
seconds
the air.
Into flight.
40 stories.
Our next major
blows my
activity
mind,
is going to be shutdown of the first stage. Houston Tracking Station now acquiring the vehicle.
Just under 400 feet
With
tall.
shutdown, we will get separation of Starship and Super Heavy and ignition of the Starship engines. When Starship separates, we light up 6 engines in a staggered sequence. If all goes well, those 6 engines will burn for almost 6.5 minutes. Onboard view from Starship.
Oh, look at that. That's so,
And there's views of the Raptor engines on the second stage as we prepare for stage separation.
Potentially.
Now, after stage separation, the first stage will flip.
I won't count it out.
Boost back maneuver for landing in the Gulf.
It absolutely is a flying building. 400 feet tall.
Jesus.
Continuing to fly. 2 minutes, 40 seconds.
Yeah, it's really cool that SpaceX was giving us real-time feedback on that. That's really neat. So here's the pitch, and it should have cut right there, and we didn't get burnout. And right there is where we had a problem. Did you see that?
Yep. I saw it.
It looks like we did cut off some engines, though. I wonder if it was a relight problem.
Could have been. I mean, we'll obviously hear later on as the information comes out, but
as of right now, we are awaiting stage separation, where Starship should separate from the Super Heavy booster.
It didn't.
Yeah, Kate, right now it looks like we saw the start of the flip, but obviously we're seeing from the ground cameras the entire Starship stack continuing to rotate. We should have had separation by now. Obviously, this is does not appear to be a nominal situation.
Yeah, it does appear to be spinning, but I do want to remind everyone that
in just a second, buddy.
Everything after clearing the tower was icing on the cake.
Boom.
Yep, there it goes. Pop.
And there, as you saw, as we promised, an exciting end to the Starship inaugural integrated test flight.
So beautiful. So what was the area? what area was the termination over? That's something I'd have to look at telemetry for and can't do right now. I'm sure they'll announce it before I can do the math. The wobble concerned me, and the wobble looked like it could have put it back over land. I know the idea was to keep it over the Pacific and out south of Hawaii. The wobble concerns me. So I would think that it probably pushed into northern Texas and into eastern New Mexico, because little deviations can make so much difference on where the rocket ends up. So that's something that I can't answer. SpaceX will probably release it before I get an opportunity to. Hopefully it stayed over water. But if not, it's not very heavily populated in the square where I think it could have been. So I don't think there's any threat or damage that could happen. So Elon does want to add 30 feet. He thinks he needs 30 more feet. So this, again, just for scale. Just for scale, this is 30 feet across, 30 feet in diameter, and 394 feet tall. That is, it is just inconceivable unless you've been there.
I mean, even the mighty Saturn V only stood at 363 feet.
Right.
That
and that was an impressive machine. Right.
I have seen that rocket firsthand. Like, I have been to the Kennedy Space Center in Huntsville and all that, and holy God, that thing just blows your damn mind whenever you see it. The fact that this thing is bigger.
Bigger by
what, 20% factor? Oh yeah.
Like, I mean, that's insane. The Air Forces. So the aerodynamic stress that was under, and the fact that rocket didn't just fold in two, is a testament to how well it's built. I'll just say that.
Oh yeah. I mean, the idea that thing is supposed to go up, the top half separates, and then the bottom half is supposed to land. I mean, foreseeably in the future. Holy shit, dude. That really kind of blows my fucking mind.
Flex, they're cheering because this is an unprecedented test, and it went incredibly well. They chose to hit the explosion. They chose to hit that button. So it's not. It's more good than bad, and that's all we were hoping for with this one. Is more good than bad.
Yeah, like Matey was saying earlier, the fact that thing got up off the pad and did as well as it did for as long as it did is an incredible testament to the amount of hard work and engineering that they're putting into this.
Yeah. Yeah, like Greedy Blue, 40 stories of 30 feet in diameter at 200 or 2,000 kilometers per hour. Just is inconceivable. Like,
yeah.
Go to a city and look at a building. Like, I can go down to Ren Center in Detroit. It's about the same size as the middle of Ren Center. The Ren Center, Ren Center is probably a little short now I'm thinking about it. The center of the Renaissance Center in Detroit, flying through the air at 2,000 kilometers per hour. Like, it's unbelievable. It did. We were hoping that you guys didn't figure it out. This was SpaceX, Flux. This was SpaceX. You got to launch on your birthday, Dance. Happy birthday, buddy.
Yep. Congratulations. Top that, NASA.
Yeah. Screw you, NASA. I'm praying for a debris field over North Texas. Holy hell. These, if you can find anything and want to send something my way, my God, you'd be my best friend forever.
Me too.
Screw
I want rocket stuff. I want rocket stuff too.
Well, the uninformed probably, and yeah, they hate Elon right now, so I wouldn't doubt it. But also, uninformed people are like, "Oh, it blew up." No, there's a lot that happened before it blew up.
Yeah, there's a tremendous amount there.
Yeah. Did you seriously? Yeah, you did. Did you?
Oh no!
Oh,
Brian. Oh, buddy. We watched it twice already.
I mean, we could watch it a third time.
Well, I mean, why not?
Yeah, later, check out Storms of Johnny. Yeah, I will for sure.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, we're sending buildings to space. Yeah.
I got woken up out of bed to hail at 6 o'clock this morning, though.
Oh, we didn't get any weather.
See, and that's the weirdest thing, too. I mean, because we had, like, really nothing on the radar at all this morning. And there was no rain. There was no storm. There was no nothing. And I got woke up, and it sounded like somebody was bouncing, like, number 2, like, stones off of my fucking roof. Wow. Just like bang, 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 bang. And I'm like, oh, my God. I got up, and I ran downstairs. By the time I got outside, it had all fucking melted. You can see where it was, though.
Congratulations to SpaceX for an amazing launch. Like, great job, guys. And yeah, go to Elon and get your pay raise while he's in the control center. Artemis is garbage. God, I hate Artemis with a passion. With a passion.
NASA sucks.
All right. Hell, let's watch it the third time. This is for you, Bri, because we love you, buddy.
Roll that beautiful bastard.
T-minus 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Roll that beautiful beam footage. Yep.
Booster upper chamber pressure is nominal.
T-plus 33 seconds into the test flight of the inaugural Starship vehicle. Tower cleared. We're into pitch over.
Yep, I just got it.
Propulsion reports first stage engines.
So you can see a little bit of wobble.
Sight from the ground cameras at Starbase. We're flying at twice the thrust of the Saturn V heading to space.
Acquisition of signal, 15.
And then we lose an engine right
throttled back up
here.
There's some fragmentation off this one too.
Yeah, I see it there. Maximum aerodynamic pressure. As the velocity increases, the density of the atmosphere
394 feet, maybe.
Lessening stress on the vehicle. The call out next to now.
So NASA did send their XB-57, which is a camera aircraft that does surveillance for rocket launches.
Our next major activity is going to be set down of the first stage.
Yeah, there was an engine flare.
Now acquiring the vehicle. With shutdown, we will get separation of Starship and ignition of the Starship engines. When Starship separates, we light up 6 engines in a staggered sequence. If all goes well, those 6 engines will burn for almost 6.5 minutes. Onboard view from Starship.
Just amazing.
And there's views of the Raptor engines on the second stage as we prepare for stage separation. Now, after stage separation, the first stage will flip, and begin a boost back maneuver for landing in the Gulf.
No, hell no. There's another one. Get back to work.
Continuing to fly. 2 minutes, 40 seconds. Let's get ready for main engine cutoff.
Miko.
Booster engine cutoff.
Beginning to flip for stage separation.
Oh, I know. It's so fantastic. And there's where we start to see issue again with that roll. Yeah, there's like it's a weird maneuver. I'm not a fan, but I'm not in that room. So.
I don't understand the flip. I don't understand that. But I'm also not an engineer or know
as of
jack
right now,
shit
we
about
are
rockets.
awaiting stage
Well,
separation.
I'm both of those, but
yeah,
I know jack shit about
should
rockets.
Separate
and...
from the super heavy booster.
Oh, they already have. I think they already have
Kate, right
6
now it looks like we saw the
there.
start of the flip, but obviously we're seeing from the ground cameras the entire Starship stack continuing to rotate. We should have had separation by now. Obviously, this is does not appear to be a nominal situation.
Yeah,
there's a single flip, but it goes into a roll.
I do want to remind everyone that everything after clearing the tower was icing on the cake.
Yeah, but they have several. I believe there's 6 currently right now.
And there, as you saw, as we promised, an exciting end to the Starship inaugural.
So that's it. And like their website says, excitement guaranteed. I was excited.
Yep. That was fucking awesome.
Oh, it was incredible. It would have kept going, but it would have been still the same problem. Like I said, where your rocket's going to catch up to itself, and it's going to continue to push it. So, and boom, flight termination system worked. If it's separated properly, 2/3 of that 40-story building. So, God, I can't math. I'm so excited. Let's say 30 feet or 30 stories of that. Let's say 25. 25 stories of that would have. I'm sorry, I would have told them to wait for you, but they wouldn't listen anyways. So if it would have separated properly, 25 stories of that would have came back in a normal launch. This one would have been dumped in the Gulf of Mexico. So 25 would have separated, came back, and landed back at the launch tower using what Elon calls the chopsticks to catch it on the big grid fins. And then 15 stories of that, the Starship would have continued on into orbit, and then would have came down over Hawaii, just outside of Hawaii.
Man, could you imagine how hype we would be if that whole thing went off without a hitch, though?
Already did, Jacob. Already did.
I was going to say. Oh.
Yeah, yes. There was a flight termination system. It was part of the flight plan in case it deviated. And good thing, because that spin, man, you're not going to recover from that. And it takes it so far off course, you don't know where it's going to head. So for safety, there's a flight termination system. So yeah, I know why they did the flip. I just don't agree with it. I just don't agree with it.
It was engineered into the plan.
Yeah, SpaceX teams will continue to review data and work towards our next flight test. Exactly.
I'm interested very much to see the post-flight report on this, like whenever they come out with like, okay, here's what happened, here's all the stuff, and we get a full scope of everything that went on during the launch. That's going to be really cool.
It could have been just to flip off Bezos or NASA or both. So,
fuck off, Lex Luthor.
So my new patch can officially go on the patch wall because it happened now. So
yep. Oh,
Starbase
that's
Texas,
cool.
Orbital Demo, SpaceX. So that will go on the patch wall in a minute here. Potentially. I mean, it is Elon. Is Elon going to speak? I wouldn't assume so, but I don't know. I think he's on Twitter right now.
I mean, he's terminally on Twitter, so.
Well, yeah, he has the Twitter AIDS. I mean,
the Twades.
The Twades, yeah. I'm not seeing anything that he's going to speak. That doesn't mean anything. Let me see. Let me check the Twades. I got my boost. Because I trust the science. Congrats, SpaceX team, on an exciting test launch of Starship. Learned a lot for the next test launch in a few months.
There we go.
Damn. All right.
They're gonna get it.
Yeah. And we had a rapid unscheduled disassembly, or a RUD. It did not explode. We had a RUD. Damn, that's a cool picture.
You got to show it, buddy.
I'm working on it. Give me a second.
Yeah, my ass.
That's just a booster view. So
that is so cool.
That's so neat.
Oh man,
stealing that picture. Twades is contagious.
They say it's untweetable.
Stop. Stop.
It's a canarial disease.
People are celebrating. Happy tears.
Yeah, Jacob, I 100%. Like, I think he knew. I'm like, come on. This is Elon we're talking about.
Yeah. And you have the mainstream media already. SpaceX Starship launches and explodes minutes after takeoff. So they don't.
Yeah. They're already spinning this their way because apparently the rocket wasn't gay enough or something.
I wasn't about to go that far, but
I mean, it's a 40-story cock going into space. What the fuck else do you want?
Right. Let's see here. This is May Musk, Elon's mom.
How happy are you right now?
Well, semi-happy. It reminds me of the first SpaceX launches, the first 4 flew up. And so we have to just keep on.
Yeah, that was amazing.
But the engineers seem to be optimistic.
Right.
Which is important.
Oh my gosh, that was incredible to watch.
Yeah, it was incredible. Yeah. And then.
Did anything surprise you about it?
No, this is how it progresses.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Well, we're so happy that, it was
that's true.
Mostly a success and they got data. And
yes, they one step ahead, another step ahead every time.
Next generation vehicle. Here we go. It's so exciting. Yeah. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
I kind of love the fact that she's just hanging out there with a mimosa and just watching the launch of her kid's rocket. I mean,
what else do you do, bro?
I want to be at that party.
Yeah. I didn't get invited, but
yeah.
Yeah, okay, so this is the problem. And I'm not going to say anything about Fox News, but moment, world's most powerful rocket blows up after takeoff. No, you idiots. They. I just want to pull my hair out. This is how. So, you know that it's screwed up. You know that it's messed up when something you know very well, content you know very well, is spun. So you don't know until the content you know well is spun. And something like this, I mean...
Hey, media's gonna media. That's what they do.
Yeah, I get it.
But, I mean, we don't have to like it at all, but I'm just saying, yeah, it's like that's what they're gonna do because that's how they get clicks.
Right.
If somebody didn't fuck up and cause some kind of problem, then it's not news.
I forgot I was sharing. That's probably not a good idea.
What's up, Steven Crowder?
As if the first flight test was not exciting enough, Starship experienced a rapid, unscheduled disassembly before stage 7. That's from SpaceX. I love it. Yep, largest rocket to go airborne. Not the largest ever conceived. That would have been Sea Dragon, but Sea Dragon never flew. So,
and yeah, let's also put into perspective again. This thing had double the power of the Saturn V.
Yeah.
Holy freaking fuck nuts.
Impressive power. So, long live micromedia. Yes. And the best way to make micromedia long live is hit that like button and hit that subscribe.
You're streaming on Rumble, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and guys, definitely, you want to see great content like this. You want to keep supporting the people that actually want to bring you real news and real media. You know, there is a direct way to do that. And right now, you can go over to Rumble and you can give Meaty a Rumble rant. Doesn't have to be anything big. Even just $1 helps support this channel. So get off your ass. Do it. You know you want to.
He's going to be my advertising guy. So that weight could definitely cause issues with detachment. Yes. It could have been this is very close, if not there. I don't know how it gets bigger than this. Like it doesn't make sense that I'm talking about the one in my pants and the one on the launch pad. I don't know how it's ever going to get more exciting or bigger than this. Now, it could. It certainly could. Again, I think the next tech to develop will be the technology of not using chemical propulsion, because then I think we have a much wider range of what we can do. But with chemical propulsion and the limits currently, I think that I think this is about as far as we can push it.
So real quick there, I actually, is there ever an opportunity where you might be able to do kind of like a show on kind of explaining like the current situation with non-chemical propulsion? Because I'm still in the dark on this, and I would rather actually like learn on a show, like doing this kind of like, you know, with somebody who actually knows what they're talking about. So I think that would be a fun episode to do. I mean, as like maybe even a daytime show or something like that. If you have the opportunity, I would love the shit out of that.
Yeah. Let me talk to you off the stream.
Sure.
So, but yeah, I think that's definitely something that could happen. With a test like this, success comes from what we learn in today's test will help us improve Starship's reliability as SpaceX seeks to make life multiplanetary. So yeah, Kaiser pulls out ooh voice.
Okay, I as much as I am actually, I do like anime and stuff. I have no idea what I've heard. This is uwu thing is like a anime whatever, but I don't understand it.
I think I have it. Oh no, I just have wow.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand.
I don't have uwu.
I like some anime, but I mean I am not a weeb.
I don't have uwu. Nope, sorry. I thought I might have, but right. Yeah, they certainly need more puffy stuff next time. Like, I'll call Elon, tell him increase the puffy stuff, and maybe we'll be successful, more successful.
I do have to address this from Bobby. Anime is degenerate. Okay, yeah, some is definitely so, but I mean, I'm more of a classic guy, so Gundam, Macross, some of the other great shows, Cowboy Bebop, especially. Come on, it is. There's more to it than just anime tits and ass. I mean, hey, that's icing on the cake.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Time and place, buddy. Time and place.
We'll talk about it, bloke. We'll talk about it. Yeah. God, wouldn't that be great if it was while I was already in Texas in August? we're having a fight on uwu. I'm not having uwu pollute this great stream.
I have said my piece on it. I'm done.
We're not having uwu. But yeah, I have to.
Jacob Castro, what the fuck, dude?
I say nothing. No, I'm not allowing it. I'm not allowing that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even the one.
Shit.
I mean, they won't. And this is another thing that pisses me off about media. They won't call somebody who does this. They'll just. Yeah, it's frustrating. But yeah. I blame you, Isabel, for this uwu shit. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to log out because I have to go to work and do something. We'll work on that. Show as alternative to chemical propulsion. I saw a comment and then I lost it. Yes, it would include anything. I'll do a show on it. I'll do a noon show on it. So we're talking about, and I'm talking about. Dang, I can't. I'll get into it later, but no Flux. I'm still 364 subscribers away from moneyed up yet, Flux.
Yeah.
Only on the Rumbles.
I've only got 323 subscribers, so yeah, I'm trying to grow too, folks.
Thank you. You as well. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful day, and we will see you soon. I will... Maybe. That's what I'm saying, girl.
Yes, please. Help. Help us both. We need subs.
Yeah, I know. I might do a short stream tonight before movie night. Haven't decided what movie we're doing, but I like doing like a short half an hour stream before movie night so everybody remembers about it. So I'll probably see everybody at 8:30, and then we'll flip over to movie night at 9. So, but all right, y'all. You all have a wonderful day. Happy 420. Happy Starship Day. And thanks for stopping by. Have a good one.